on country. President Mahama say Oba create 250,000 jobs a year. 250,000 jobs a year.
Not so 1 million.
No, I see 250,000 a year.
I see.
4 years, 1 million.
Hey.
As I speak today, MPP has created as of June. And yes, I see a woman okay. As of June, we are creating jobs 2,055,000. 2,055,000. And he said, "Abai me." The ahin ya catch us a far, ubefa. Obi say, or no 3 years no, we creating jobs 2,055,000. Obi so about 4 years. Obi creating jobs 1 million. Ghana for mo koto aba 1 ampe. Enyam na mkan. President Mahama kan say every year Obi creating 250,000 jobs. Okas Obi creating 250,000 jobs. A term is 4 years. So you multiply it by 4, it is 1 million.
Okay. And
I'm saying that as of June, now I created 2,055,000 jobs. 2,055,000 jobs. President Mahama, Sanwa already, or catch say, NBC4 will promote indigenous Ghanaian businesses. Hey, indigenous Ghanaian businesses. Omar since 2012, 2016, he collapsed indigenous Ghanaian businesses through Dumso. He collapsed Ghanaian businesses. The man was talking as if say on your president that and he am testing. What you say? Okay, on your president that and he am testing. Now you who say ampa or baby or the baby for front ever. Or say TV or whatever. We have already started. And we have Nkola technical vocational, 51%, 51.2 or 51.1%, 52.1 percent male, and 47.8 Omuwo school. We have over 1,099,000 students, including this technically. A friend also bar who baby technical what? Now all back runners who want to be money. Well, now Miami draw Ghana for attention and he said, I will be painting and ask the one. In the background wedding. And non-FM. President Mills ever catch it say Omani wedding into about electricity or better so boom and see or better so boom. Ya 2 months President Mills 3 months prepare petrol. Many anom and we are saying petrol timita no magiso debi electricity timita debi ensu timita debi amemeze meba metro no boom boom boom. President Mills ya 2 months pay 3 months or more petrol so boom or more electricity so boom or more ensu so boom. Kwabra mu we afion
okay.
Owi no so ansowa President Kufo wa azu ba amemeze meba National Health Insurance na afibie ketua no amemeze meba etua krope kesi de bewu enketua biem ye one time premium 1 time premium monto mami na me ba National Health Insurance a President Kufo dia ba afibia no de obetua renew no media me ba utua ba ko utua biem menam Kumasi ya bafosu and I'm saying Roman Catholic Hospital Oma ko strike he say National Health Insurance payment and maintenance. Yama a man ayarefo. I had to sign a check 30,000. The personal check at my hospital. No. MC, you know, who said Nenimbeguya Sinti. He went there and threatened Roman Catholic Hospital for suicide. They should not accept my check. Kabrameno Kasani. Check no. Our current MC but 50 back and change. Yan talking that. There be a Sinti. And Kubo Siaku won the hospital. And the baby that is what they did. President Musk promises about one-time premium. That is exactly what they are doing today. Share the success we have chalked. No, I was a trunk one on Bedi. Now, also at me at the Akomani. Also, Obama free primary health care. Now, we Jadan will be about talk. Any Abama free primary health care. A dia muto will be about woman to a year. Mutu Abama NDC Ghana, Yabe Kuechi 20 years. So, to Abama NDC BM Eba power. Yabe Kuechi 20 years. Mami read page 24. The last paragraph. B. Well, let me read the whole last paragraph. I see the two primary thematic areas of the next NDC government will be centered on the following. A. Realign public expenditure to high growth inducing areas while emphasizing social protection policies such as free primary health care. B. Institutionalize structural reforms in accordance with the Public Financial Management Act, PFMA, to enhance effective budget implementation, eliminate budget overruns and off-budget expenditures, and ensure, baby, I'm Denny, and ensure value for money. Almost free power now, who said they will ensure value for money. Kofi Adams Accra Dubai cost us $260 million.
Okay, circle over.
Yeah, Kwame Nkrumah interchange. Costing us 260 million. Abra Pokuasi interchange who cost second level account. 59 million. And not Ubakachi as a value for money. Pokuasi interchange, Tamamoto Way, Obechebi Lamte, and Tamale interchange cost $289 million. One interchange under NDC cost $260 million. And the President Mahama now says eliminate budget overruns and off-budget expenditures and ensure value for money. Here, Kasua overpass here. Me keep Paris. Me bought us one. Me tour a basic $270 million.
I no credit she knew.
Yeah, I catch yourself in the I say ancillary roads. Any hospital is a clinic on by Mumbisa Kasua for a hospital be one. And ancillary roads be no year. $270 million.
What
you say? And not President Mahama catch us ensure value for money. Now we are now out to Dubai to talk Mercedes Benz will back 19-year-old boy 1 year. And what ensure value for money? Who ensure value for money? Muduba Adan on him Mamma, Mudu for playing co weekend ebano. A teacher me say and the NDC not ministers. Etu and plane Echo London Friday, no matter Monday, Echo school, no matter. Ministers were going to school, being paid by government. You want to ensure value for money? President Mahama. Do you really understand that English? And I know come kakrasim free no papa. So no come tiare o kembi no value for money. Value for money. airport, $275 million, one terminal. And you ta monko nekohe ade nsuo beto ko eche awura. Eche awura. 275 million. And now what because abrofu we value for money. God save Ghana. Now if you say ya wohuru ya nim kwasuru nti o sa babiem o kan somewhere there. Ni amani hu ya eniwu pa wo wiase eni say awo oni vision say wo say oba ube legalize okada. Okada for no bebre o mako school na adwuma a na eni honti na ampeso obaye am roba enti na oye okada enya na hojo so enti so oye president na so oba no obe create jobs a so okada. Lord of mercy. Baby a ewiase ekoi kwabana baby ewiase ekoi he technology baby a dey do no be catch so ube ma okada for eden he okada ya wuken regulation o dey ba anything da costa me am yonko da costa we can do motorboard yeah na pia penny traffic enie cars ni nyina stop na okada onam brain obonato. This is what you want to legalize. Somebody opposite to abamam. Wow. Kind of for he has nothing to offer us. Now wabubo I see page 25. The next NDC government will set up a $10 billion fund, $10 billion fund to build robust infrastructure like roads, railways, port expansion, inland ports, hospitals, social housing, and multi-purpose market in every part of the country. Page 25. say the component of the big push is a transportation plan made up of 3 major projects. Kwabra, the Eastern Corridor.
Hey! And this about Eastern Corridor.
The Golden Triangle. This is what I mean.
Hey.
The Eastern Corridor, the Golden Triangle, and the Western Corridor project. Also, the Eastern Corridor project, complete the Eastern Corridor road, which means it has been started by somebody. What you say? To complete the Eastern Corridor road.
The Eastern Corridor road, baby, I Burkina Faso, adiye. Ni na say. About contract, maybe almost higher for.
All I'm making. It was about a friend over complete. Muntie. Port infrastructure at Keta. Yeah, Keta. Port infrastructure. Adia. Yani ya fa hu CEO. Wa be pesa me kira wo mu kro no no. Ya fa hu CEO. Yeah. Eduma sese.
Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, they are already there.
Yes.
Omo employ Obi Kro.
Yes.
Omo employ DJ.
Yeah. And I'm
for Keta Port.
Yeah, for Keta Port.
I'm this for kwaba criticizes. I don't know mo kofa obi no mzo. Ono no hwa ya adwuma ni nyina.
Wrong. Dino. Everything na make us omo naturally born thieves. Because the bia mbom kro no even manifesto kura ko wia obi die. Manifesto kura obi wia. Na me de baby ya na me de. Any ahaya me de. Page 26. The MPP government has increased Ghana's public debt from 120.30 billion in 2016 to about 258.4 billion as at end June 2020. Under the MPP, the public debt is projected to increase to 290 billion by end of December mid-year budget review, with an addition of about 170 billion to the public debt stock in the last 4 years, with very little to show for. Kwabra, hana na mdano. Mamba bu bobinchiro. Aha, atupa. Me pasa me chira mahama. Why the public debt akosoro? Na memwo bonu a wo jama kudu abinti. And omu haide a magana for ehunu. Ye baya we uncover the men FM. Look, ye ka ye di interest on our loan debt aye ye tuaka $18 million 18 billion a year. 3 years we have paid 54 billion. Monya mas no 54 billion. A year BDCs energy BDCs
Board distribution companies.
Yes.
Among a Kradema OMCs.
BDCs, 1 billion and 30,000. You buy a tree. Who convert here a 6 billion? What by 54 when you say 60? Esla loan 6 billion. What by when you say 66? Good. A year bust. A car with your two $624 million. You buy your chiamu naka $57 million. Enti who converting your chiana a 3.288 billion. What you say? Now the most serious part, take or pay. The person Ghana phone
power purchasing agreement.
Yeah, power purchasing agreement. Bogus 14. Take or pay agreement. No.
You know, almost 43. Madam say mu
14. Yeah.
Or refer to. Here.
Good. Take or pay no. Every year, I buy it to $2 billion. In 3 years, you have $6 billion.
O converted back
5.8 now. About 34.8 billion. Kwabra. And he said, we are no about gas. So what you feel that gas. You have 3.6 billion. 3.6 billion. And you cut by 24 billion. Then you come to banks no agro. Banks no agro so I 21.62 billion. And the okikabo mo a 146 billion. 146 billion.
Yeah.
A car apart from NDC for 120 billion or omoka 17. 120 billion no 120.3 my memo the exact year so ya buy a tankwa ya bon ya tia NDC amemu bon yom jato ho e ka ya bon ya tia about 146 billion
and the next is no cry and no na constitute e ka mo say
yes
MPP ababaka ho nyina
yes
which is a MPP become more family
yes 170 billion who got 146 in few more about 24 billion. What do you say? That is in President Mahama a person or 10 horses say a car will go to home any habitual am my dead portfolio akosoro
na no kra no say o de bata ho a say mumuja 128 billion and MPP they call 150 something billion within one term no 4 years mvan say a double but mo inherit free 9.5 billion And I'm there almost no double no, and I'm the home prensa every time.
Kwabo, say TB, Bomo Chrome. And then FM or say engage landlords, real estate investors, and tenants to review the Rent Act to provide tax incentives to landlords and real estate investors to reduce the cost of rent advance for residential and commercial purposes. Kwabra, bibi atwa wasum sa happen. Ewo NPP manifesto.
Oh yes, NPP manifesto more than share by say.
NPP right. Manifesto say Oba ukase low income no. A lot of people are not able to afford. Till they will go real low income houses. Yakojije asase atuwa. Yadi be low income for because who say adenta no ni ade eba low income no enye sanity. So the real definition of low income is what we are going to do for the ordinary people also to get a place to stay. Okay, sir. Even students, yeah. A friend or manya a juma for they will give them 2 years advance. So yeah, juma, who start here juma? About 2 years advance. Landlord no direct into his account. So what you see? Omo ayisika to ho to build all these houses. And only 100 million. Also students are over school. Pay so asking. Now, President Mahabe, me say really be maybe some question. Engage landlords, real estate investors, and tenants to review the Rent Act to provide tax incentives to landlords and real estate investors to reduce the cost of rent advance for residential and commercial purposes. Azagleme Zahino Kosi
Sagleme.
Exactly opposite, assassin opposite here, 200 acres.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now, I say obviously 5,000.
Yes. And the parliament approved scanning in
5,000.
$200 million.
Inti kwabna
omo change no ever 1,500.
And I look 1,000.
And almost and cramo otremu enye
sa ban we and now be catch will say fa to man biem na me ba
me house and
me house abua papa yin fariade ensurade on to ultimo say what copy now tell me ba memo exact pages ye de no wo nyina
wo
tutu Edi Abeshimwa. NDC has nothing for this country.
They are born bad.
Naturally born bad. That's NDC for you. And naturally born thieves. Kokrono de almost salom de bo papa. Onti kwabra, who share development MPP eye ni ya be ye. Say, Mahama Breso. Ono Dumso Emma FM. Yabaye. Kwabra unim. New factories are ya complete ya eye juma. Eye 28. All factories are ya mo sikaso masin are renovating 48. So 76 factories are working. In total, we have 232 factories. Are starting. Anyway, what you say? President Mahama buy. Why make good factories we're gonna have? You see, near Kenya is an only president in boy government benefit to the doubt. One would graduate unemployed, graduate unemployed situation by.
So he's not a magician.
Yeah.
He's FM online.
What you say? And now President Mahama say, Obeden, Obe create jobs. Now then at 2013, 14, 15, 16 there, one create jobs. Huh? Because I'm saying this for my born kasa. When you born diabolic mind in it, that they are exposed to who say they are ignorant. Yeah. Let me read page 23. Or say B. I will exempt commercial vehicles and other equipment imported into the country for commercial, industrial, and agricultural purposes from import duty. C. Review the Customs Amendment Act 2020 at 1014 to scrap the law banning the importation of salvage vehicles. This will save the local automotive industry, especially Swami Magazine, Kokompe, and Abosu Okan from collapse.
So magazine Kokompe Abosu Okan. On a catch on the Omodom person call money. Now just a car dada Agyapong and then Abosu Okan nipa bebria mo onkofa car ho neman ketenkete a na obi atoka say okwa spec o ko change in the light or the say screen reverse screen nimu a odibi ko shem say neman ketenkete ankrofo e de decorative cars
yeah can crowd person this called political plans a draft the percent omuti assess a draft.
Yeah.
It has not been finalized.
Okay.
It is not true. A draft. Omupa omu check it. Say a draft. Now oye no. Ono say Obama companies, new companies, Abba Ghana, automobile industries. Are they here or they are not coming? And let me know, can say Ghana. What they can tanker vehicles, look at one. They produce 8 different kinds, 6 different kinds of cars plus sino truck. And you produce your Ghana, a manufacturer of Ghana. So they can tanker, they can weigh 8. Your VW, Toyota, Nissan, Renault, Daewoo, and Sino truck. They are all in this country. Assembling plants. Fa mechanics and what Ghana honey engineers. They build the car. You're a German for me and account. Even the CEO
of
Germany,
yes, of
I don't know how come branch Agyapong, but now me attacking woman unity. I say Japan wa omsi safumafu eba year omuntiasi. VW chief executive Okroma
Ghana ni
I didn't free Germany.
Yes,
even abroad they have confidence in some Africans. That is why they gave him that position. So why don't you identify your own people? Omuya Papa Enyejuma. So, in Tiamba, Enya Nana Mahama ever catch it say, or no Obama brand new cars abekrumha. Only Agbinibia obetini edi Agbini. Ako negotiate amaka abaha. Oko negotiate ya. No, the Indian Modinachi. Matisse Omuya, cartoons, Bina. I'm saying, I chim the other. Now, we may Ibrahim ni energy. On the Sunni, we are Baku 19. Alfred, Peter, one.
Obianya Babisha.
Yes.
Obianya Babisha.
Because I chim what? 19. Everyone you didn't, nobody is attacking them. na bebre kura ye adwuma che Ibrahim
they were all over three agencies under Ministry of Road and Transport, feeder roads, urban roads, highways. Someone in our bebre
Oya was say obey that day. Just a bibi a can be a serious me ready at the other masos them say. Papa in the say just 3 years ago, say 4 years ago, 2016. Now you're president of Ghana. Say your way in the and now a core opposition you will. And now I see them punches and no bars and punch and a fade. My question be.
I've been able to tape on a cavity. I'll see a calf refra. I'm not tape on
our dear ever to jackpot.
Well, come on,
we cannot allow NDC to come to power and use us again. I say the long suffering Ghana city will be stabilized and strengthened. The private sector will receive the biggest job related stimulus package in Ghanaian history. So we have no move say okay. So almost 2 billion. 2 billion. You need better businesses. I mean big enterprises no. Boom so a man go now COVID is so bad again. The government will give 2 billion with private sector. The government will be or say a third. A third is 66%. Which means 660 million will come from government. The rest, about 1.340 will come from private sector. You need short industries, asking, so that they can create jobs. In this, Obama say, Obama businessmen, Sika, and Umbia, yani about 3 weeks ago, and son now by the maybe a can and no from was it Zongo development.
Only a deprived areas.
Makaranta for President Kufuor Diomo, Makaranta teachers. President Kufuor Diomo had to
wait. It's a saying, Cramofo, Mimi was saying, and Cramofo, I'm Chadian.
When this bomb training, pay them. MPP buying us Adiaba. Now, what can call list away? Say, Mobile to Makaranta teacher. Makaranta teachers.
Adiaba call Califa Zungu, I'm for any home. Cabra, Tibet, no. One erroneous impression on what say, as if say, Oko Technical School, NFA, non declares 2012, Anabutiu. Expansion of equitable access to technical and vocational education and training by locating said institutions in the Zongos and underserved areas of urban communities. NDC Manifesto 2012, page 18. Come out to the Okai. Some baby home ye any Zongo and what this Unibeko. Meanwhile, 2006, that President conformed the mobile bandini. Now, so one background and Kawode bar was his Zongo areas and underserved areas. Omuni panel. I have what the best apprentice, no overseas. Focus on female students and the provision of stipends for identified apprentices. Wasaka in 2020 manifesto. Actually,
from Entiquabra, they have nothing to offer. Woman, we are manifesto. And then FM. And now, normal class, no signing, no more repeating from 2012
2008.
Oh man, and we are now beditro. Near me person Ghana for whom and San Masor Echo, and he said. So, for sector by sector, the performance, sector by sector, NDC for Udumba 100 years, Okufuado 3.5 years, open to me. Because, Osha. In Yamaye, we have factories. And now Kumasia, and Ijaba, Dako Farms, poultry, revived.
I see.
Asamoah and Yamua revived.
Boris B.
A friend is saying Potting Agro revived.
Central region.
Yes, Central region. Na pe aban we na aban be na pe education uko education over 1,199,000 students ebisida in the history of this country at Eco School. Do you know in the near future their contribution to the human resource and labor force? We're building capacity. Usha schools are yes, 1.5 billion ma education. They move 500 million per and a release. But the job they have done, Kwabra, you have no idea. Mode NDC ba power cash and carry never. Senye Akufuado and a Ghana from who said NDC for the Ramo and a mama no buy ya and cash and carry this buy or buy national health insurance. Come book at 2 in a year. Yes, say Tia. Any idea? Now, buy we open it. She copy the buy. You catch you say electricity amount 50% 3 months. Yes, I had another 3 months account. In 3 months. Yes, I had another 3 months account. Mahama and then this if what and Kasai Bray and they create loot and share. Come disikano e man ka ha COVID ni yes America become kase enkofa yenkofo dinamra and you hear manifesto no they haven't said anything. There's nothing new here and no ma betina sia copy and we didn't postpone no ma yin ba and ranu cause some said they don't have anything. The Kwabra
big copy
MPPD among frontier na adwuma pa ekufu adwa ye factories abagana employment ya create na obi also obi create employment over 2 million. Who do ask me about me do ko 1 million akwa bon ana we ready a manifesto na say employment grant
say be he been since already obetimi aye.
And the just say he's not capable of running this country. As simple as that. He's not capable of running this country.
And with the answer now, and you will find economic unity. My main for income or Kakadi and NDC since 2008. One more catchy slogan, Emma economic, over 2008, pay 42 to 45, or say strong economy for real jobs. Over 2012, pay 30 to 33. Strong economy and resilient economy. Strong and resilient economy. 2016, pay 30 to 38. Strong economy for jobs and transformation. Now we are areas here on Beka and Wasem, Anabutinu, Nafatu to say, or say an annual growth rate of at least 8%, 2008 pay 45. Osaba, an average growth rate of at least 8%, 2012. Omokikaya anye yeno. Odu this year macro he was silent. The broad macro fiscal target of the next NDC government are 1. Low level of inflation. Meanwhile 2008-2012 no inflation target as set now 8%. When to me was it low level of inflation? They make a tear for more when this manifesto this year, Who bet me behind this manifesto pay 21, they are silent about that. Now high levels of inclusive and sustainable growth rate. Meanwhile, someone can say growth rate na mubinyano. I was say no, this is the figure they quoted. Mudru hanumwa, Kwabra, they are silent about that. A tear for an average growth rate of at least 8%. Womu can we know 2008-12. Womu do hano. Or say high levels of inclusive and sustainable growth rate. Kwabna also I say the man for figure behind show no oma edin ho. Now Saba say inflation, low levels of inflation. that will translate into reduced lending interest rate. Meanwhile, I have also no interest rate was a single digit rate of inflation. But a number said 2008, 2012 moment, they are silent about that. That is how smart. But the point is, idea here is smart. Be an time you pay. MPP for manifesto ye papentino. Your launching the year will be only and Abunya sanity. Where the Nicodemus, where your friend Nicodemus budget too. Now when Nicodemus, they have Ghana frontiers, and he say, Mekwa me maybe you Kwabrasi can quentia. Yes, I did. There be endings for the woman can quentia. Nadia, I can tell me some Indian catcher police for one man police for so just for baby or Ghana warning. Say, a dan and be common so come. What you say? What you say? As I may call me maybe a kind conning. Now, one casa quabna, and the Agyapong mammy or Smabombusia. Najetum one Amekwaba, Edward Bemau. The annual free so was up a Ukraine, your demai. Now, all we are walk out one maybe you know. And Robert John walking away said, I unity. I dear we say, no dear, fortunately, Yamuk a near mammy and son. And Contompo, any MPP, your Maria. Any near more since 2008 to me and son. These are the three components. Ghana frontiers is her. Yadasi Admaku, if you're not booking, so Yadasi. Sir, Mwaba, and Chebe, sorry, so I can see Maka Krebia. Yade, Ebeje, my drink, Chana, and Kaka message, Kaka, Prosper Donku. Was in 2018, according to former President Mahama, to spend 2 billion on free senior high school is wasteful expenditure. And he said it was going to harm the economy. Now the same person is promising 5 billion on big push investment. Don't trust him. And also Ivan Yao. Also, Ken, please don't forget the payment that this government had to pay to teachers, to the teachers' pension, national health insurance scheme, and those who work for 3 years and we paid for 3 months, that this government also had to pay. I'm can more can not say I pension will be so momentary. Also, I can't home. For Ishmael, NDC must apologize to the youth for denying them access to senior high school between 2009 to 2016. It is most of these youth who are riding Okada now. Unfortunately, instead of giving them hope for the future by promising them a safer and well-paid jobs, they are going to keep them in that unsafe jobs. It is sad. Oh, and Rapana Okada Mutu Yikani Okada Bishia Wakanda traffic light no so we are kete bomwa wankasa na areho adwuma wo bi pese obeye no breben na akwase se nipa yen regulate Peter Pokuas offer to regulate Okada to the same status as vehicle, as Mahama said, means to ask Okada to pay road tax, insurance, and go for license to ride. As of now, Okada need none of this. Is this what Okada riders need? Mama should go back to the thinking table. If he thinks he's to do this to help them. Okay. Moro Farouk Williams. Thank you, Honorable Ken, for bringing our attention to the irresponsible statement by Asiedun Ketia, virtually insulting the intelligence of all Ghanaians, except Professor Jane. It's unbelievable. The John that said we will not waste 2 billion cedis on free senior high school restoration of allowance is still dangerous to our education and future generations. Let's reject the Kwekwanansi stories by NDC. Regards to SG John Boadu and Sami Ewuku. Yamkwe nimpacho ya womre kakra between Alfred Wagenchira by 0574 955440 and 0508346915. Na wode Wagenchira aba. Enche say akwe nim. Sa na ye no.